Marcia and Terry, thank you. Oh, you're not in, that's right. Okay, moved you out of the way. Okay, Dan, forgot about that. It's not in there. Yep, let me get it recycled. Just a moment. Okay. All right. Are there any changes or corrections? Seeing there are none, let us vote. Let's see, Marcia, you voted, and Dan, did you do your second? Okay. Okay, here we go. We can vote. No, if you voted and it was successful. Okay, vote is unanimous. Okay, let us move on to the informational items, starting with Miss Rachel Parker.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
I do not have any additional information to add to the report that you received in your packet, but I would like to remind everyone to complete their statement of economic interest form. They've all been sent out via email, the notices, and so I think we have 8 out of the 18 that have not returned it yet. So we're doing pretty good.
Okay. Ms. Parker, could you tell us how critical that is to have it turned in?
Well, everyone that sits on certain committees and definitely every board member has to fill that out every year.
Yes.
And so it's basically showing that you don't have any conflicts with any of the entities that you're doing business with
Yes.
and the county. But it is required.
Yes. Are there any other questions, comments for Ms. Parker? Thank you.
Mhm.
Okay. Let's move in, and we will not receive a report from the Election Commission. Moving on to our Supervisor of Assessments, Mr. Ryan.
Thank you, Betty.
Yes.
Since the last time we met, I think we were probably finishing up with the Board of Review.
Yes.
We have finished up all our hearings for 2024. We've sent our abstract down to the Department of Revenue, and that was approved February 27th. So that's good news. From what I'm hearing, at least from one of our vendors, is that we were one of the earliest to get approval for our final abstract. So that's good. Other than that, we're dealing with a lot of we sent out all those notices, I think, in a couple months ago regarding the senior freeze. So we get a lot of those individuals in. But we're in good shape. We passed our stuff off to the county clerk's office. So now they're working on their portion before it goes to the treasurer's office. And I think most of you know, but if not, this will probably be my last Ways and Means Committee. I'm retiring in May. So I probably won't be here maybe for the April one. I don't know yet, but you should be in good hands with Chad. So you'll start seeing him more at these meetings. But I do appreciate everything that you guys have done here, and hope to see you again.
Okay. Well, let's see. In May, your retirement in May. We have one more month with you. Okay. Thank you. Oh, did anyone have any other comments or questions for Mr. Ryan? Okay. Seeing there are none. Okay. We'll get a report from our treasurer, Ms. Birkey.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Don't have a whole lot to report. We're finishing up our audit documentation. We just mailed out 998 mobile home tax bills, and we've begun collection on those as well. Since I know the county clerk has the tax bills right now, I've been in touch with our printer for the tax bills and make sure that everything's in place so that when the clerk rolls over to us and we generate and proof and finalize them, that we're ready to go. And you guys were so kind to provide us with seasonal help this year, so we've begun interviews for that position.
Wonderful.
So, any questions?
Yeah. I do have a question in regards to the seasonal help. How long are they allowed to stay with you, or have we assigned them to you?
They'll be with us from like May 1st till the end of October,
Okay, yeah.
just to help with that time so that
That
people can take
works.
vacations and our lunch is
Great.
covered and everything like that.
Great, good. Any other comments, questions? Okay, thank you. Okay. And moving on to our Veteran Assistance Commission report from Mr. Brooks.
Good afternoon. Thank you.
Good afternoon.
So we had 385 veterans that walked into the office. We started counting total appointments because we were actually undercounting, believe it or not. So 450 office and phone appointments for the month. This is just the month of February. We had 2,674 interactions. That includes any kind of interaction with a veteran whatsoever. We were not counting that before. And then we're at 5.7 million lump sum payments, which is more than last year, which is 5.1. We're way ahead. 25 million total money. And so far this year, we've had 10 lump sum payments of 69,000 all the way up to 191,000.
Wonderful.
And then we have 2,974 active claims, which is a lot.
Good.
So that's all I got.
Great, wonderful. Any questions or comments?
I can talk about that, if the article in the Journal Star real quick about
Okay,
mental health.
please do.
Okay, so I talked to Jimmy, I've talked to Gary Hall, a couple other people, and Brian called me this afternoon, Al Sasser. So that article wasn't technically about our office. He had called, he'd emailed me to meet with me. I was on vacation, and we were supposed to meet when I got back. So I'm in conversation with him to meet with him still, because I have a counselor on staff. He's not paid counselor, but he's got a master's in counseling, and he worked for the VA and the vet center, so he knows all of what was written about. So we're going to try to meet with him and just correct some of the things. I wish he would have waited until he met with us,
Yeah.
but it's, we're in good conversations. We're going to meet. I'll let you know when
Okay.
what comes out of that. But he was talking about mental health from the VA perspective, not the VA,
Okay.
not our office. So I just want to clarify it wasn't about us, but we're still going to meet with them and sit down and share, our stories.
Right.
And,
That's
and
what I
facts.
was going to ask, just a brief overview of what, to share with some of the others who did not see the article, what that would have been about.
So it was just about, like he even states in the article, that mental health for veterans lacks in
Yes.
every county. We're pretty lucky here in Peoria because we have the VA clinic, we have the vet center, which is mental health counseling free for PTSD and MST, military sexual trauma cases only.
Yes.
So that's free anytime you want it. From what I've gathered, and this I've verified that he's doing like a master's for school. So this article was for school.
Yes.
So, but I'm still going to, we're sit down hopefully next week
Okay.
and sit down and clarify a few things and see if there's
Sure.
any way we can help.
Mm-hmm.
We'll figure it out.
Okay. Any questions or comments for Mr. Brooks? Okay.
Thank you.
very much. All right, moving on to, we have one resolution for monthly delinquent taxes with 4 items. I need a motion to put that on the floor. Mr. Windish and Ms. Sharon Williams. Okay. Are there any questions or comments? Okay, so let us vote. We waiting on someone? Okay, I see it. Thank you. All is unanimous here. Thank you. All right. We now have the committee action coming from a response coming from Ms. Jenny Buswell.
Thank you. Yes, it is the recommendation of the state's attorney's office that all previously held minutes continue to be held because the need for confidentiality does still exist, and to destroy executive session audio recordings that are more than 2 years old, except for those that relate to pending litigation. It's in the system.
Okay. Okay, so I need to review it. No, I never, I need a motion. I know she has already spoken. May I get a motion and a second? Okay, Ms. Sharon first, and Mr. Dan second. Okay, since we had our response, let us all vote. You of executives. Okay, looks good. The vote is unanimous. Thank you all. All right, moving on to public comment. Are there any comments here? There are none. Any miscellaneous? This time. There are none. Okay. This meeting is adjourned. Thank you.